Got my work shirt on. Get out of there. No attire. All right, I'm here. My cat's making a ruckus. We're doing the preview. Some hockey games I bet on tonight. If you ever need a lock, hit me up. They got to ban me from betting hockey, bro. I win every night. All right, first off, on the waiver report, we got the Roo, who got Dylan Sampson, drops Samaje Perine. Zevins got Amari DiMercado, dropped Ali Gordon. Barry McCockner got Jake Elliott, didn't have to drop anyone. Taves recovery month 4, got Michael Penix, dropped Bashard Smith. Who the fuck is Bashard Smith? Puindem got Luke Musgrave and Dalton Schultz. Oh, wait, no, he didn't get Dalton Schultz. He got Luke Musgrave and dropped Tucker Craft. You hate to see it, poor guy. Tom Casale got Adonai Mitchell, great pickup, dropped the Raiders defense. And Uncle Josh, number one in the league, got all three of the guys he wanted. He was shocked to see them all on his roster. He was able to get Zacchaeus, who he will have to start this week as he drops Rashad Bateman to get him. Poot missed out on him, the only person that missed out this week. Waivers were not active this week. Uncle Josh also got Dalton Schultz, dropped Jawan Johnson, and Panthers D dropped 49ers D. Finally, the war is over. The 49ers defense sucks. All right. As always, we're doing a live matchup preview analysis. All right, we'll start with, let me pick my matchup of the week real quick. What's going on? All right. Yeah, I got my matchup of the week. There's two of them. I'll just do what I think will be the best two last. First off, we got Tatum's recovery month 4 playing slobbing on my dig. Tatum's recovery month 4. Just listen to these first three names. His quarterback is Michael Penix, and his two running backs are RJ Harvey and Aaron Jones. Therefore, slobbing on my dig will win this week. I don't really see a world where he doesn't. Maybe Kyle Pitts sucks, like he always does, but you got James Cook against Miami. I mean, you got Josh Jacobs, who's playing a tough Philadelphia team, but then you got Justin Jefferson playing Baltimore. Defense is ass. Jordan Love also playing Philly. So, I mean, if the Packers guys suck for slobbing, I suppose Tatum's recovery month 4 stands a chance, but I mean, his luck's got to run out sometime, and he's projected to lose by 26. Next up, we got Tom Casale projected to get blown out by 25 against Barry McCockner with George Pickens on bye. But that shouldn't be much of an excuse because that would only add about 13 points to this projection. He's projected to be outscored at every position except for wide receiver 1 with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And maybe Kenneth Walker could make some noise, but you got Jahmyr Gibbs on one side and David Montgomery on the other side, the RB1 and RB2 on their respective teams. And then you got Bijan on the other side with Gibbs. You got Daniel Jones, who should have been given more, you traded for Daniel Jones for what should have been more than T. Higgins. But I think the guy that traded Daniel Jones for T. Higgins might have, I'm trying to think of a word that's not the word that we're all thinking, but, might just not have ball knowledge, I guess we'll say. Might be stupid, might be an idiot. Even though T. Higgins dropped 38 last week, it's just he could have gotten so much more for a guy like Daniel, who's playing Atlanta. We got Brock Bowers, who's back. I mean, Barry McCockner should run away with this after the heartbreaking loss last week. But Tom Casale's hot. He's on a 4-game win streak, but we'll see what happens. Next up, we got Zevins playing against Uncle Josh. Might be a little biased here, but Bucky Irving's projected to get 17 against the Patriots defense that has not let a running back get more than 50 yards in a game all season. So that is way too much. And he's probably not even going to play, I'm hearing. So he'll have to put in Rachaad White, who is worse than him and also won't get 50 yards. So that sucks. He also wouldn't trade Harold Fannin to Uncle Josh for Jawan Johnson, which really pissed him off. And Harold Fannin would have done great in the flex spot. There's a week coming up where Tyler Warren's going to be on bye and he needed a tight end, and Uncle Josh was looking for Harold Fannin. So maybe this will be his get back for not trading Harold Fannin to him. Bam Knight also in that starting spot with Trey Benson possibly coming back. So it's not looking too bright for the Zevins. You got Uncle Josh looking to outscore him by 15. Tracy's projected 13 might not happen. Forced to start him again this week with Higgins and Lamb on bye. But even with being forced to start Zacchaeus and Tyrone Tracy, the likes of Christian McCaffrey, Josh Allen, Kyron Williams, Zay Flowers, and then Tyler Warren, it's going to be too much for Zevins. I could see, and I might get the biggest jinx of all time for saying this, but even if Zevins beats Uncle Josh this week, um, I don't think that Zevins is going to win a game for the rest of the season. I could see it happening. I just think he's so just I don't like the team at all, and I'm sorry. And he wouldn't give Uncle Josh Jared Goff cousin. So just he's getting what he gives. Next up, we got the Rue, who destroyed Poot last week playing against the Cosbys. Um, we're looking at a 21-point blowout for the Cosbys. Well, I'm guessing this one might be closer than it seems, and I think it's going to come down to if Aaron Jones plays or not, because the Rue has Jordan Mason. I think DJ Moore is going to outscore his projection against the Giants. I think Slayton's going to outscore his projection against the Bears. I think Kincaid's going to outscore his projection against the Dolphins. I think that Hubbard is projected 6, and that's probably around where he's going to be at. I think Dart's projected 26. I think that's so. I think that this is going to be a way closer game than a 21-point difference, and I'm going to go ahead and predict that it depends on it if Aaron Jones plays, but I'm gonna just assume that he does play and the Cosby's is gonna win this game. But if the Rue goes on his first 2-game win streak since weeks 1 and 2 this week, I would not be surprised. Next up, these last 3 matchups are definitely going to be the closest of the week. All exciting, all projected within 2 points, except for one of them. This one is projected within 2 points. We got Pearsall Shooters versus JBC. JBC with a huge win last week. Pearsall Shooters with a heroic loss. Hurts and Barkley are both playing against Green Bay, who are the most fraudulent team in the National Football League. But Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson are playing against Cleveland, who I think is one of the most underrated teams in the National Football League and have a phenomenal defense. A lot of twos, 2 Jets, 2 Eagles, 2 Lions. It all depends on who their matchups are. I think Dobbs is a bad matchup. I think that the Washington defense is a good matchup for Williams and Laporta. But on the other side of things, Lamar Jackson's back. Dobbins is playing shitty ass Vegas on Thursday. ETN is playing a great Houston defense. Adams is playing the worst pass defense in the NFL. The 49ers are one of the worst. Kittle's playing a great Rams defense. So this one's going to be really close. I'm going to go and say Pearsall Shooters takes this one. In a surprising, I'm going to say it's an upset victory because JBC's team looks a lot better now. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Pearsall Shooters to beat JBC. Next up, we got Poot and Dem versus These Beers Are Talking. I'm going to go ahead and say this is a solidified. They're projected within 0.6 right now. We got a tied for first, and we got so Poot and Dem is technically tied for third and in fourth place. But everybody knows that Poot has just such a good team. But Mahomes and Rashee Rice are on bye. AJ Brown is a fraud. Musgrave, how has he been doing? He's been dropped. Oh well, it doesn't matter because Tucker Kraft's been out. So I think he's going to do good. We got Darnold, MVP candidate. We got A-Chain playing the Bills. Judkins is playing the Jets defense without Quentin Williams. Judkins is going to absolutely go ballistic. On the other side, we have Adunze who's playing the Giants. Fraud, got 0 last week. Devontae Smith, fraud. Eagles only run. Trey McBride is disgusting. Olave, depends on the week. Drake May, the best quarterback of all time, second best quarterback of all time. Pardon me, my glorious Tom Brady. Ashton Genty's playing Denver defense. I'm going to go with Poot. I just think the matchups are better, even though the projections are so close. I think the matchups are better, even with Rashee and Mahomes out. I think if the replacements, Darnold and Charbonnet, can do better, then he'll have an easy road. But these Bears are talking. This is a sneaky roster. Can get anyone any week. Tied for first. And I think it's super close, but I think Poot's going to take him down. Next up, we got Mitsubishi Marv, who has yet to put a tight end in his starting roster, and I hope he forgets because he is looking scary versus regular nuts. Once he puts that tight end in there, gets him on waivers, probably projected about 8 points, and they'll be tied for projected 136, the most this week for any team. Uncle Josh, a close. Oh, wait, no. The most is Barry McCockiner this week, which is insane because he's tied for last. But we got. All right, let's see what we got here. We got three projections of 20 plus from regular nuts: Purdy, London, and St. Brown. Purdy's going to suck. All right. They should just keep Mac Jones in there. Um, St. Brown is going to do great against Washington D. London's going to do good against Colts D. I don't know if 21 good, even though we destroyed the Patriots D. Dowdle is playing New Orleans. Puka is playing San Fran, and Stafford's playing San Fran. I'm gonna go and pick Mitsubishi Marv to win if he puts a tight end. If he doesn't put a tight end, I'll take regular nuts because it's close. But I'm gonna go with Mitsubishi Marv, despite Egbuka being in. Assuming Gonzo plays, I don't know if his injury was that bad. If Gonzo plays, Egbuka is gonna be under 10 points. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Mitsubishi Marv. He's just so scary. Regular nuts, we all know is a fraud. So those are my predictions for the week, which means that if they go right, surprise, surprise, Uncle Josh will be sole possession of first place. But I mean, saying that Poot is going to beat these beers are talking and that Uncle Josh is going to beat Zevins is not an outlandish thing to say. And also assuming that these predictions go correctly, we're going to have one, two, three, four teams tied for last place. Because I had the two last teams, Pearsall Shooters and Barry McCockiner, winning, and I had Zevins and the Rue losing. All right, that'll be it for the week. Oh, and Jamari and JPC. So that'll be five tied for last. All right, that'll be it for this preview. Good luck to everyone this week, and go Pats and go Uncle Josh.